Hi vlogger dears, mga kaibigan at mga kapuso. I wish that you're indeed enjoying your weekends. I did. I just woke up from a nap, like 4 hours nap, and I dreamt of a Pinay winning Miss World. So today we'll talk about the feasibility of pageantry. So stay tuned, kindly like, share, and subscribe. The easiest answer depends on the organization itself, how they can continue the pageant despite pandemic. And I admire the idea of organizations in coming up with a virtual pageant. I'm just wondering, like, how would they crown the eventual winner? Would there be like a virtual crown, like a filter crown that can be placed on the head of the winner? It will also depend on certain restrictions of different countries, like quarantine restrictions, and also travel restrictions, and also even the financial restrictions of a candidate. Especially, we all know that this pandemic, we lose some of the revenues, some income, and so also the willingness of a candidate to go outside of their country and to risk visiting another country, especially the host country. So these could possibly be the restrictions of continuing an international pageant, especially if it is a physical pageant. Let's say by the end of 2020, like the last quarter, a pageant organization was able to pursue the international search, the annual search. Most likely there will be reduced number of the contestants because of the restrictions that I mentioned earlier. Well, it's a reality. It's not just something that we are putting as hindrances or something that is not existing. It is indeed a reality, those restrictions that was mentioned earlier. So we could expect, for instance, the international search will go through later part of this year. There will be reduced number of participants and also less activities. For example, in a host country, they'll be able to choose a host country. That country more likely will still have somehow restrictions, especially in the later part of the year, unless there is already stable vaccine that is already being used in that country. Then there will be most likely closer to what is normal. But if there's still none, then there'll still be health restrictions and gathering more likely won't be allowed still. One of the Miss Universe national directors already said on a post that the international search, the Miss Universe, will be held in the first quarter of 2021. So I assume that show should be called Miss Universe 2021, because if it's not January, it is not suitable for it to be called 69th Miss Universe, especially if it won't be held in January. It's very far from the 2020 year or the 69th year of the annual search. Miss International also announced pageant for this year, the 60th edition, is cancelled because they prioritize the health of the candidates, and that's really admirable, like fantastic decision. And we're just waiting for the official announcement of the Miss World organization itself, if how they're gonna push through with the 70th edition. So let's just all stand by and wait for that official announcement. Given that these pageants, they will be able to push through with a pageant and international search later this year, there must be some protocols that still needs to be followed, like what we see in variety shows that we are already watching again, because they continue them to air and them to have a live broadcast. Social distancing, physical distancing is observed, and also wearing face shields. So more likely the international pageants will follow those protocols. Like we will see candidates wearing face shield and the extravagant stage production. We will notice some social distancing or physical distancing, like 1 meter from each other. And we're all waiting for that. We're also waiting if Miss Earth will also come up with a virtual or physical pageant later this year. We're waiting still for that. And also for Miss Supranational, we're also I'm looking forward. I'm wishing that it can continue the international search later this year. Reina Hispano-Americana, they just held the pageant last February of 2020. So most likely their pageant will also be first quarter, second quarter of 2021. Let's wait for that. And other pageants that may not consider these health protocols and will still push through with what is normal in terms of holding pageants, and then continuously will have activities without observing these health measures. They will certainly be bashed and might be unfollowed and will lose supporters. My unsolicited advice to Madam Stella Marquez Araneta, I so love you, Madam Stella. My suggestion is for your organization to just appoint the runners-up of the previous years. If the other international pageants will push through later this year, for Miss Intercontinental, the Miss Globe, possibly we can just appoint the previous runners-up, like Vicky Rushton, Samantha Bernardo. Please, we wish them to see these girls and given a chance to represent us in the international arena. And I think this can be a chance for them. These are the things that I'm possibly seeing, what will happen to the pageantry later this year. I won't make this video too lengthy because what I'm just pointing out is the show must always go on, but we just expecting for these organizations to be more responsible when it comes to the health of the candidates. And also coming up with fair decisions, especially when like still coming up with the pageants later of 2020, later this year. We are all hoping that we can all move on from this pandemic, that a vaccine, like stable vaccine, will be invented, and so we can embrace the changes of this new normal that we're all gonna face. Thank you so much for tuning in. For updates for my future vlogs, kindly click the bell notification button down there. Thank you so much for your time, and stay home still, stay safe, have a good one. Take care always, vlogger dears.